everybody, the Great Dino Ranger here again, back with another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Jurassic World Dino Trackers Danger Pack Elaphrosaurus. This is yet again another figure that I got for my birthday, and also this is a new dinosaur, a new species introduced into the Mattel line for this year, and I'm super excited because I'm always a sucker for getting new species for a Jurassic Park, so I'm really excited to get this Elaphrosaurus. It looks really cool, and I can't wait to get a closer look at it. Here's a brief look at the packaging. You got the normal logos, blue and beta, and the Dino Trackers theme, such as the jungle environment that this dinosaur belongs in. And then on the back, it just shows you, yet again, more logos, more information, facts app stuff, and the other dinosaurs you can get in this wave. So that's basically it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at this thing. Alright, so here we have the new Danger Pack Elaphrosaurus out of the package. Very nice looking figure overall. It's a nice looking little generic theropod dinosaur, and I'm really liking it. I'm liking the creepy bird reptilian look to it. It's kind of a classic Jurassic Park thing, but it also kind of reminds me of like I said before in previous reviews, like those Chat May dinosaurs, because they always have like those really cool, unique looking spikes and protrusions coming out of their bodies that kind of give them more of a evil, wild reptilian look to it. So I kind of like that vibe that this Elaphrosaurus is taking. But yeah, it looks really nice. I can't really say that it's entirely accurate to the real animal. If you look at modern constructions of Elaphrosaurus, they are very different to what this toy represents. Yes, they did have long legs for running, so I guess this figure kind of shows that. But it had a much smaller head and much smaller arms in proportion to its body, so it almost looked like an abelisaur in some ways, but the way this one looks is unique. You know, it's definitely, they make it stand out from other theropod dinosaurs within the line, but it's not entirely representing the real animal all that well, in my opinion. But you know, overall it looks pretty good. Taking a look at the head sculpt here, this figure, along with others from Mattel, this one's just decked out in very nice detail, especially here on the head. All those nice fine scales all over the face, all over the top here, and like I said, it feels very nice. You got some larger bumps around the mouth area there. Nostrils are nicely sculpted. Same with the eye. The eye is very tiny. They make it's better proportionate to the head, actually, to have these smaller eyes. A lot of the other dinosaurs have slightly larger eyes, and this one actually works pretty well in my opinion. I really like the tinier eye with this figure. You got some nice little bumps on the eye ridge there, along with a few right here along the upper jaw. Teeth are nicely sculpted as well, very sharp looking. I like that. It has a really gnarly looking face too. It actually looks like the head that you would put on a plesiosaur or a marine reptile of some sort. That's the vibe it kind of gives me there, but it looks pretty cool. And then here at the jaw, you got some nice scale work there too. Very nice. And then the tongue is nicely painted, and it's nicely sculpted as well too. The lower jaw is very narrow towards the end of it, which is pretty cool, interesting. Here at the bottom, I just want to note the entire underside of the dinosaur is all smooth. There is no scale detail or anything. It's just all smooth, maybe with a hint of some line detail along there, but it's very smooth all throughout the entire underside of the animal, except for these little hanging structures on the neck here, which look really nice. It really reminds me of some lizards with some hanging little structures hanging off of their skin. Here at the back of the head, you got some nice little wrinkles and some nice finer scale work with a few bumps scattered, and these nice little quill looking spikes on the top of the head. Really nice touch. I really like those. And then throughout the neck, you got some nice scale work, and that pretty much continues all throughout the entire body of this dinosaur, and it looks really good, and it feels nice too. But yeah, it kind of continues on, and you got these larger clusters of bumps or osteoderms all throughout the neck and all the body, especially here towards the tail, just a few clumps of them kind of scattered along the body there, looking very nice. And you got a ridge of, you got like a nice row of ridges or spikes along the back. I like how they're kind of small and they kind of get big and small. They're kind of, they vary, I guess, when they're going along the back. So like they're kind of small here, and then they get big towards this part of the tail, and they kind of shrink back into a smaller size. I like that, like the whole different variation of the spike heights within it next to each other. But yeah, nice little clusters of bumps along here too. It's got like a tall little spine right here too, very interesting. And some nice muscle definition and some ribs right there. Nice little stretch marks along the tail. Here at the arm is very muscular, nice muscle definition there, greatly detailed. Nice little detail on the hands there. On the legs are very nicely done. Nice scales and a lot of bumps scattered around there, which looks really nice. Kind of reminds me of some of the bumps you'd see on birds today, so that's really cool. Nice muscle definition, and the feet are looking nice as well, nicely sculpted. Looking very good. I will say Mattel's feet on these newer theropod figures for this year are looking very good. They don't look awkward or anything. They look really nice, actually. And then you got some nice detail on the underside. So yeah, nice amount of detail. I love the sculpt of this thing. Like I said, it may not be entirely accurate to the real animal, but it is very cool looking for a Jurassic Park interpretation of this dinosaur, which looks really good. For the colors, obviously, this is part of the jungle environment, and this is exactly what it looks like. It looks like something you would see walking around in the darker areas of jungles. And nice, interesting choice of colors as well. I would have thought like maybe a green, but if you place this one in like a jungle environment, it works. You got a nice, a nice blue, turquoise, bluish green color throughout the entire body, which looks really nice, and a nice little green stripe. I like that. I like the way it looks. And then a dark head. I believe it's like a dark blue, maybe even a black or a dark gray, but that looks really nice. Highlights the head very well, and especially that white stripe underneath the eye makes it stand out. And then you got the nice lighter cream color for the lower jaw. It would have been nice for it to continue all the way down. And then the eyes painted in a nice orange color. So the head stands out a lot with all these colors. And same with the teeth, are nicely painted along with the inside of the mouth. No paint on the upper side, unfortunately. But yeah, paint job is really good on this thing. Very jungle-like, I would say. For articulation, we got a jaw hinge right here. And then we got a neck joint, which is somewhat stiff, but it can go down about that far because these little structures right here are kind of prohibiting it from moving any further. And it can go up about that far, so nice little range of movement. And then it can also swivel all the way around, so you get some nice range of motion in the neck there. The arms can go basically 360 forwards and backwards. Same with the legs. Actually, mine can only go that far that way, then go forward probably a little bit more, and then it gets stuck right there because the sculpt kind of gets in the way. But you know, enough movement to pose it in different poses if you wanted to. And then you got a tail joint right there too. Here's the scan code for that. And yeah, that's basically it for articulation. It's very basic for these type of dinosaurs, but it works perfect for them. So yeah, I'm really digging this dinosaur. For comparisons, here it is next to a human, which is pretty good looking. I'm not familiar with the size of Elaphrosaurus, but I think this is a pretty good size. Whether if it's in real life bigger or smaller, this makes for a good Jurassic Park interpretation of it, like I said. And then just to throw in some other random generic smaller theropods from Mattel, here we have the Proceratosaurus, which they look pretty good together. Basically, we got a these size dinosaurs. I'm going to call them attack packs right now, but here we got one from 2018, and then we got one from 2023. So you can see a huge difference in quality or detail that Mattel has been applying with these smaller dinosaur species, especially, you know, more paint and more detail. This one has more detail than the Proceratosaurus, and extra articulation, such as the added neck joint to the Elaphrosaurus. So very cool to compare these two. And then last but not least, here we have the Elaphrosaurus compared with the Ornitholestes, and these scale up very nicely together. The Elaphrosaurus is actually a pretty good sized, you know, larger figure with all these other smaller ones. I feel like Mattel has been kind of giving us larger, they've been, I guess in a way, slightly upscaling their attack pack dinosaurs, I guess in a way. I don't know, I guess that's what it feels like, because this Elaphrosaurus is very large when compared to these other smaller dinosaurs. But yeah, they look pretty nice together. Alrighty, so that's about to wrap it up for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really like this figure. It's nice to have a new species, and it's always nice to have a new species, and I'm just super excited to have an Elaphrosaurus because I do not have one in any of my collections. It's a nice little generic theropod dinosaur from Mattel. Very cool looking. I love the design on it. Yeah, it's definitely worth having in a collection if you want to collect every single species from Mattel, which is what I'm doing, and I'm really happy that I have this one. So really cool looking. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again for the next one.